How many times have you felt the urge to give in to a temporary pleasure? A delicious meal, a new gadget, a quick thrill, only to realize later that it was fleeting. While it's tempting to chase after what makes us feel good in the moment, these temporary pleasures often distract us from what really matters. Temporary pleasure might seem like a relief from stress, boredom, or even pain, but the truth is that this relief is just an illusion. It's a distraction, a brief respite that keeps you from addressing the core issues in your life. In this video, we'll explore how to stop chasing short-lived pleasures and instead invest your time and energy into lasting fulfillment. Number 1, the nature of temporary pleasures. Let's first break down what we mean by temporary pleasures. Whether it's indulging in a dessert, binge watching a TV show, or scrolling endlessly on social media, these actions offer immediate satisfaction. But here's the catch. The pleasure doesn't last. Why doesn't it last? Because these activities often bypass the more meaningful long-term benefits of personal growth, relationship building, and self-discipline. They offer a dopamine rush, but once that high fades, you're left feeling empty and in many cases, worse than before. When we constantly chase temporary pleasures, we create a cycle of dependence. We seek that next quick fix, whether it's in the form of entertainment, material items, or food, without addressing the deeper needs for purpose and fulfillment. Number 2, the cost of chasing temporary pleasures. Now let's consider the cost. What do we lose when we indulge in temporary pleasures? The cost is often time that could have been spent working toward long-term goals. But it's more than just time. It's also about energy and focus. Every moment spent on short-term gratification is a moment stolen from your future self. You trade the opportunity to develop skills, nurture relationships, or work toward a passion for a fleeting moment of pleasure. Chasing temporary pleasures also impacts your mental health. Over time, constantly seeking instant gratification can lead to anxiety, depression, and a sense of unfulfillment. You end up chasing a high that is impossible to sustain. This pursuit of immediate pleasure becomes a form of avoidance, preventing you from confronting the deeper issues that truly need your attention. Number 3, why long-term fulfillment matters. So what's the alternative? It's all about prioritizing long-term fulfillment over temporary pleasure. Long-term fulfillment comes from actions and habits that align with your values, goals, and sense of purpose. It involves the practice of delayed gratification, investing in your future self by making the harder choice today. Whether that's sticking to a fitness routine, dedicating time to a passion project, or simply committing to personal growth, these actions may not offer immediate rewards, but they pay off in the long run. The joy of achieving something meaningful, the sense of pride you feel when you stick to your commitments, and the deep connections you build with others are far more satisfying than any temporary pleasure. Number 4, practical strategies to resist temporary pleasures. Identify your triggers. Start by identifying the triggers that lead you to seek temporary pleasures. Is it boredom, stress, loneliness, or something else? Once you understand your triggers, you can begin to interrupt the cycle. Practice delayed gratification. One of the most powerful ways to resist temporary pleasure is to delay it. When you feel the urge to give in to a quick fix, pause. Ask yourself if this action aligns with your long-term goals. Can you wait a few hours, days, or even weeks to see if it's truly worth it? Set long-term goals. Without clear goals, it's easy to get lost in the pursuit of immediate pleasure. Define what long-term success looks like for you. Whether it's career growth, improving relationships, or mastering a new skill, having a destination in mind makes it easier to resist distractions. Cultivate self-discipline. Discipline is like a muscle. It grows stronger the more you use it. Start with small acts of self-discipline and build from there. Over time, resisting temporary pleasures will become easier. Focus on what truly brings you joy. Take a moment to think about the activities, relationships, and experiences that have brought you long-lasting happiness in the past. Prioritize these over fleeting pleasures. Number 5, how temporary pleasures impact your goals. Think about it. How many times have you fallen behind on a goal because you were distracted by something temporary? Maybe you planned to work on a personal project, but you got caught up in social media. Maybe you intended to eat healthily, but a craving led to overeating. When you consistently give in to temporary pleasures, you are sabotaging your progress. Instead of focusing on what's important, you get sidetracked by momentary distractions. Over time, this can erode your sense of accomplishment and self-worth. Number 6, the Stoic approach to temporary pleasures. The Stoic philosophers believed in the importance of self-control and rational thinking. They advocated for a life lived in accordance with nature and reason, rather than one dictated by fleeting desires. According to Stoicism, true happiness is found not in the pursuit of pleasure, but in the pursuit of virtue and wisdom. By adopting a Stoic mindset, you can train yourself to focus on what truly matters, rather than being swayed by temporary pleasures. This doesn't mean you have to deny yourself all forms of enjoyment. It simply means recognizing the difference between what is fleeting and what is lasting. Number 7, the role of habits in avoiding temporary pleasures. Habits play a crucial role in resisting temporary pleasures. When you build habits that support your long-term goals, it becomes easier to avoid distractions. For instance, if you develop a routine of exercising daily, your body will crave the consistency rather than giving in to laziness or procrastination. Good habits, like waking up early, practicing mindfulness, or working on your personal projects, act as a defense against the pull of short-term distractions. Over time, these habits become second nature, making it easier to stay focused on what matters most. Number 8, surround yourself with the right people. The company you keep has a huge impact on whether you chase temporary pleasures or not. If you're surrounded by people who constantly seek instant gratification, it's harder to resist the temptation yourself. However, if you surround yourself with disciplined, focused individuals who prioritize long-term success, their habits will influence yours in a positive way. Building relationships with people who share your values will keep you accountable. Whether it's a mentor, a close friend, or a community, having people who support your long-term goals makes it easier to resist distractions. Number 9, mindfulness and self-awareness. One powerful way to stop chasing temporary pleasures is by practicing mindfulness. Being mindful means becoming fully aware of your thoughts, actions, and desires in the moment. When you feel the urge to give in to something fleeting, mindfulness helps you pause, reflect, and make a more conscious choice. By developing self-awareness, you begin to understand the deeper reasons behind your desire for instant gratification. Are you avoiding discomfort? Are you trying to distract yourself from a bigger issue? By identifying these patterns, you can work toward resolving the root causes, rather than simply masking them with temporary pleasures. Number 10, focus on long-term rewards. When you focus on the long-term rewards, it becomes much easier to resist short-term temptations. Visualize the benefits of sticking to your goals, whether it's achieving financial independence, developing a skill, or improving your health. These rewards are far more fulfilling than any temporary pleasure you might experience. Remind yourself regularly of why you're pursuing these goals. Write them down, create a vision board, or meditate on your future success. Keeping your long-term vision at the forefront of your mind will motivate you to stay on track and avoid distractions. In the end, the choice is yours. You can continue to chase temporary pleasures, feeling the highs and lows of short-term satisfaction, or you can commit to a life of deeper fulfillment. By resisting the urge for immediate gratification and focusing on long-term goals, you create a life filled with meaning, purpose, and true happiness. So the next time you feel the pull of a temporary pleasure, ask yourself, is this really worth it? Will this bring me closer to my goals, or is it just a distraction? Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And remember, long-term fulfillment always beats short-term pleasure. If you're ready to stop chasing temporary pleasures and start building long-term happiness, hit the subscribe button for more insights on how to live a more fulfilling life.